Hi guys, welcome back to the Fastpitch Coaching College. I'm Luke Lettet. I've had some messages lately about hitting, especially from the under-19s Australian boys team and some other coaches from across the country about the hitting program that I do. I just wanted to go through it today with you guys. As you can see, I'm recording this in my backyard, so I hope this all turns out well. I'm not going to go through any drills, however I am going to go through each individual step so that you guys can replicate it. The drills are really simple. The one thing I do want to stress on here is that all of the steps that I'm going to go through here in these videos, none of them are something that you haven't heard before or seen before. They're all universal. It's old stuff revisited. I find that a lot of coaches, and I've said this before, a lot of coaches in general aren't teaching the basics, and the ones that are, they're consistently winning. So I want to go through some basic stuff that I would teach when I'm doing hitting. So let's get into it. So the first one is balance is the key. In everything that we do, there's balance. The universe has balance. The Mother Nature has balance. Everything has balance. So why shouldn't hitting have balance? Hitting always starts from the ground up, and I've said this to how many of you so many times. Hitting starts from the ground up, so we start from the floor. So one thing I do say to everybody is you want to be in a balanced position that works for you. For me, I always tell my hitters to get into a position where they are feeling comfortable and powerful to launch from, something that gives them internal strength. It doesn't necessarily have to play out for everybody else to see, although it probably will when you do it properly. You want to be in a really good, strong position. So for me, that was my strong, powerful position when I was playing. In that position now, and you can see that I'm 50-50, and I'm in a really good position to be able to rock forward and back. I'm in control of my weight, and that leads me to the next part of balance is the key, is the load position. Not too many hitters are doing enough with their load at all. They're not shifting their weight much, and they're not utilizing the power that they have inside their own body. So I wanted to go through the three main load positions. And the first one is knee to knee. Literally, with knee to knee, we take this knee, our front knee, and point it into our back knee. And it's literally goes like this. I'm going to over exaggerate it. Don't focus on the step, just focus on the action. So this is knee to knee. See how I'm pointing my knee in? You would see this, if you're a softballer, you would see this a lot in baseball. Baseball do it really well. And the reason why they do it well is because they have to hit with timber bats. So they have to shift their weight. They can't rely on a $500 bat to stick the ball into the gate. So they use their weight. This is way. Knee to knee, here. Now knee to knee can work even with your foot staying in contact with the ground. Literally like this. Knee to knee. That's all it is. Knee to knee. And if you can see, my weight goes back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. How many hitters do you see don't load, and they think load is this? And they take a step forward. Most cases when you take a step forward, you're allowing the pitch to be faster to you. You lose judge of what zone you're at, and on top of that, you overcommit yourself to swinging because all this energy is built up to go forward. I've only ever really seen one hitter in Australia that this worked for, and it only worked to a degree. We talk about this, we've spoken about this so many years. Glenn Rigg is probably the only one that I've seen work for. It's for some reason he seems to commit and go, and he makes there's not an issue with him making contact with the ball. So I would suggest, if you're teaching kids, teach them the three load positions and then work from there. Allow them to make up their mind. Try not to allow them to overcommit to pitches, because in most cases when a pitcher flicks in a hook or a change, they're going to be in really, really bad trouble. They're not going to be able to hit that pitch. So knee to knee. Now remember, it can be done with your foot in contact with the ground. That's it. Back, forward. Okay, so the next one is the seat position. This is the Derek Jeter seat position. If you watch Derek Jeter hit, you would know what I'm talking about. All he does is when he lifts his foot up, he sits down. And it's only ever so slightly, but you can see his butt starts to sit, and it's literally like this. He goes, and if you can see, my weight goes back, forward, still again, and all the weight is put on his legs, sits down and pushes forward. From here, in this crouch position, he's able to extend his legs and push his energy through the ball because he's done all the hard work already. So he's gone back, down, always does that. I like using a mixture of these, and I'll go through that in a minute, but the last one I wanted to go through is feet to feet. Now in general, this doesn't work in softball. However, there are exceptions to the rule. At the Friendship Series, I saw one particular hitter who just carved it up doing the feet to feet position because it just works for him. But I encourage everybody to utilize a mixture of all of them and try them all on like a hat and see which one fits you the best. So feet to feet is literally the same as knee to knee, only we're taking our feet into our feet like this. Now you can do that small or you can do it large. The step isn't necessarily important. What is important is that all weight goes back, forward. And by forward I mean in every case that if you rewind these videos and go through them again, you'll see that I'm actually landing back where I started. I'm not going forward because that will overcommit me to the ball. And I found that in general, when I've done that in the past, I've jammed myself. I seem to lag with my bat because all this front on energy is coming here. My hands seem to be behind me. And I overcommit to the ball, and a lot of times when I take the step forward, I have to lean back and I hook a lot because I'm not in a really great balanced position. So let me just run through these really quickly again. So knee to knee, this is where we point our knee in to our knee. So from in here to in here, knee to knee, feet to feet, and the seat position. Now one thing I found in general is that when you mix knee to knee with the seat position, what tends to happen is the hitter gets a little bit, I'm not sure what takes over them, but they seem to be in control and they seem to have more power than they ever have before. I'm unsure what it is that does that for them, but for some reason when they go knee to knee and sit like this, so knee to knee and sit, and then they do what I call this Elvis move, where their back knee kicks in like this. So I know this kind of look a little silly to you, but maybe there's some Elvis shit going on over here. That back knee kicks back in here, and if you're looking at when my knee kicks in, look at my hips, they're just ready to turn all the time, ready to turn, and this allows us to stay up on the ball or get under the ball to lift it and drive it. It allows us to stay close to the ball, so it allows us to go, if it's on the outside corner, to go here without turning. So there's no more belly button to the ball. That's to me isn't right, and I'll explain that to you in a second. When we allow ourselves to go belly button to the ball and allow this back knee to kick in, what happens is we go knee to knee, land, this comes in with our knee back here, breaks down, and now we're facing the ball here. We're close to the ball, we're hitting the ball the other way. When it's inside, same thing, knee to knee, land, and our feet turn. And now we're still belly button to where the ball is, the point of contact here, and then we're going through it. And the whole time, we're in control and balanced. When coaches have ever said to hitters that belly button to the ball, and if you just watch me here, when we go knee to knee, belly button to the ball, I'm trying to hit the ball like this, literally like this. How many times have you heard a coach even say to you or say to a player, keep your head on the ball? I've heard it so many times. I've even said it myself. And majority of the time, it's a byproduct. The head is the last thing to move. The head is a byproduct of what your feet have done, what your body has done. So when we land here and turn, belly button to the ball, we're facing the pitcher, we're here. We can't now look at the point of contact, and we need to be hitting it here. So what happens is we hit it here and we hook a lot, we foul a lot. If you're one of those players that are fouling the ball a lot down the left-hand side, or if you're left-handed down the right-hand side, you're more than likely either, and I hope you can see this, landing with your front foot like that. I'll do this right-handed because I'm right-handed. Landing with your front foot like that, open, and you're facing with your belly button to the pitcher, not to the ball. So when we face our belly button to the pitcher, this happens. And if you can see down here, my foot is well open. It's in this position here, facing the pitcher. If we're belly button to the ball, the difference is that. See how I'm here? My belly button's facing the point of contact. And I hope you can see that. Also look at my foot. It's closed. Your foot will turn as it needs to. So land straight here, closed, and your foot will turn as it needs to. You don't have to force it open. If you force it open, you end up with belly button to the pitcher, and we're pulling off the ball. Now we're no longer watching the ball, we're hooking the ball, we're hitting the coach, which is always fun, I'm sure, but it never gives us the result we want. So let me just briefly go over this again. Balance is the key. Balance is the key to all things. Get in a position that's really powerful and really strong and gives you energy, okay, and keeps you focused, okay? The next thing is the 3 low positions. The first one is knee to knee. Remember, this is not about the step or how high you get off the ground. It's more about allowing your weight to go back and forward. Point that knee into the back knee, front knee to back knee. That's all it is. The second one is feet to feet. This here. And again, that can be really small. See how small it gets? And my weight's going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I don't actually have to take a step forward. I'm landing back where I started. The third one is Derek Jeter's seat position, where we drop and sit, drop and sit, drop and sit. Allow that back knee to kick in all the time. Allow it to kick in. And the last thing is, make sure we're landing with our front foot straight, closed. So we're not pulling off the ball, we're staying closed. Belly button to the ball, not to the pitcher. Okay, very important that we understand that. Even more so because we're after hitting the ball in every direction we can. It was one thing I never did well in my career, was drive the ball the other way. And I wish I did, because when you watch people like, when you watch some of the best hitters in the world, the best hitters in the country, the best hitters in your competition, they're hitting balls into every area of the field. They're using the whole field. My auntie was a pain in the ass. She used to do this so well. And if you know her, Kathy Lettett, you would see what she does. She deliberately hit the ball the other way. No problems. Full value alley. That center right alley or center left alley, if you're a left-hander, is full value. For right-handers, that's a triple in most cases. At the highest levels, that's a double at minimum. Why shouldn't we be hitting the ball there? Pitchers are throwing it out there, let's drive it there. But you can't drive it there if you're pulling off the ball. And everything starts from ground up. That's why it's so important that we take control of our body weight. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, post them on the page. Let's have a discussion about them. I'm not doing any drills here in these videos, but if you want drills, we can add them to next videos. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to some of your questions, and I'm really hoping that you guys take this stuff on board and turn it into something that you can really use. There's more to it, but I'm trying to keep these videos short and sharp. So I'll see you on the next video.